So I'm Matt Macbeth. I'm definitely a Matt, not a Dr. Macbeth. I like it that way. I have been in Australia since 1997 and I've actually done all my postgraduate obstetrics and gynaecology training over here. I did my original med school training in the UK in London in one of the big teaching hospitals and then came out here originally for a bit of an adventure after I'd been working for a couple of years in the National Health System, but loved Australia so much I ended up staying. I have 4 kids now and we love living out in the Redlands. It's a great place to be. So I wanted to become an obstetrician really because I enjoyed the connection that you have with your patients. Obstetrics is a very giving specialty in terms of spending a great deal of time with those people you care for. And in a small community like the Redlands, I've delivered entire families now over the last decade, which means I have great relationships with a lot of people in this area. It's quite difficult for me to go to the supermarket or even schools without seeing people who I've cared for and watching their children grow up. That's very rewarding. I remember my first ever birth experience very well. It was in the East End of London when I was a medical student, and there was a midwife called Rosie, and she got me particularly involved with that birth, and I'm sure to this date one of the reasons why I'm an obstetrician is because she got me so involved and I really enjoyed it. I think the other thing it's done has given me a great respect for midwives, and I feel I really enjoy working with midwives and couldn't do my job without them. And I think that reflects in my private practice where I have a full-time midwife who I work with, and we provide not just medical obstetric services but full midwifery care for our patients both antenatally and postnatally in their homes after they've had their babies. And I think probably that birth experience has been a large part of why my practice has evolved the way it has. So I think the best advice that I could give to an expectant mother, especially a first-time mother, would be to not have too many expectations. Everybody has a dream of how they would like their birth to go, but in reality it's a journey that evolves as you do it, and if you want a good outcome you have to evolve with that journey. I think the most valuable thing about a patient-doctor relationship is that trust that you generate. People put a huge amount of faith in me to care for their families, to ensure that the most precious things in their life will be delivered safely. And I think to develop that relationship to the depth that we do is unique within medicine and extremely precious.